Boom, baby, we're live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 689. Jada Pinkett Smith embarrasses her family. Oh, the cringe is just so bad. This is basically a story of why women shouldn't sleep around and how it messes with them for their entire life. Don't turn that dial. We got a good show for you.
Make money, make muscles, learn game. If you're listening to me, you're a hot dude. The hot dude life is not about your physical appearance. The hot dude life is a mentality. The Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. Decrease your judgment of others and increase the judgment of yourself. You belong to the streets, huh? 100%. It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating. This is a textbook example of really good game.
Yes. What's up? Welcome. It's been a while. Been here coaching live with the Passport Pro program for all my Passport bros out there. We got actual official training to not even make you a Passport bro, to make you a Passport Pro. We are going to be live tonight at one of the hottest nightclubs in Tokyo. Cannot dox the location because there are crazy people that stalk me in Tokyo, but it's going to be a good time. And I'm out here with some goons, so if you want to stalk me, you better come with an army. Great to be back. I've been literally working day and night with these guys here in the in-person coaching. It's been really amazing. We're filming the documentary too. So for all you guys that missed out on it, you couldn't come because of job, you couldn't get time off. The scheduling was not okay. We're going to show you guys exactly what we did on this entire in-depth person training course and so much more. I mean, these guys are learning so much. Every single one of these guys is super happy. I've got stories that I can't talk about on the internet, but it's been a good time. It's been really, really good time. So yeah, I've just been kind of sporadic with the streams. So just so you guys a little update on the channel. I'm going out tonight. God knows if I'm going to be able to do free consultation Friday tomorrow. But if I am, I'll be here doing it live. What else? After this, the graduation ceremony for the Passport Pro members is on the 30th. Should be able to do show on the 30th. It's going to be sporadic until like November 6th, November 7th, November 8th. That's when I'll be back. Because honestly, these guys this is like the creme de la creme. These guys came out here and they dedicated, their time to fly to another country and learn from me. So I am here to deliver at the highest level for these gentlemen. We've been having a blast. We've been going to all these amazing restaurants, talking to literally hundreds of girls. For the boys watching, you guys know last Thursday was a wild one for me. And oh boy, I can't believe I'm still doing it. It's wild. What a time to be alive. Yeah, guys, I got to tell you, man, there's certain things you can only see and experience when you come on down. But I said all that. It's been awesome. Glad to be back here with you guys today, chat. And then, so today we're going to be talking about this whole Jada Pinkett Smith interview recently, and how this woman is just like, just massively like a shameful individual. Shameful individual to her family, her husband. I'm sorry, I'm just calling a spade a spade. I mean, it's not a good look, bro. I mean, you got your husband out here feeling some type of way that he's slapping people in public, you're embarrassing your children. But I want to just show you something real quick. So she just recently came out with her book, Worthy. Let me catch up with the super chat real quick. Hey guys, happy to announce I've accepted a job out as a front-end application tester, making $60K a year. Thank you for all the help in the past year. Awesome. That's directly because of the coaching he's received here. Good job, Mike Harden. 10 out of 10. Big ups to you. Six-figure is on the way, my man. Shout out to all the chat members. Excel. Shout out to Mighty Zane. Shout out to Pro Special. Shout out to Bopley. Shout out to Brode. And then shout out to Not Mormon Anymore. Shout out to Trevor. Okay. And then shout out to Your Confidence is Poquito. All right. And then shout out to the goons over on Rumble. Shout out to you boys. Appreciate you. The realest of the real over there on Rumble Gang. Yeah. Really happy to see all you guys here. So anyways, yeah, let me show you this situation here. So here's old girl. It's her book, Worthy. Let's read it. Jada Pinkett Smith was living what many would view a fairy tale of Hollywood success, but appearances can be deceiving as she felt more and more separated from her sense of self. Emotional turmoil took hold. Sparing no detail, Worthy chronicles her life from a rebellious youth running the Baltimore streets as an observer and participant in the drug trade, a.k.a.
she belongs to the streets,
to a deep bond she shared with Tupac Shakur from the moment they met to her move to Los Angeles and successful career she built on her own terms to becoming the wife of superstar Will Smith and mother to Jaden, Willow, and bonus mom to Trey. A roller coaster of depths of this depression to the heights of self-acceptance and spiritual healing. Worthy is a woman's journey to finding herself again. This is 172 ratings. Yikes, bro. Yikes. That's hilarious. This is hilarious. So, okay. So here, let me just go over a couple red flags here. Okay. So first of all, if your wife, okay, is writing a book and the first man that she mentions in the book description here is not you,
she belongs to the streets.
it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing to have your wife dedicate an entire book to another man she had a relationship with before you. That is shame in the highest form. Okay. That is like ultimate shame. So I'll break it down for you real quick. Okay. How this is working is very simple. Okay. Yeah. Michael M got it right here. He says disrespectful. Okay. So this is how it works. All right. The bottom line with this situation is this. Tupac Shakur was her peak man. That was her apex alpha in her life. Okay. He was the biggest thing in hip hop at the time. He had some, bangers back in the day, really good music. And probably he was one of the first bodies that, towards the beginning of her now probably enormous body count. And the earlier on you are in a woman's body count chart, like the more likely she's going to be more attracted to you and have like a deep emotional connection to you. Body count does matter for men and women. I know people don't like to say it doesn't matter for men either, but it does. And so this is a woman who's been alpha widowed. So if you guys don't know what alpha widowed means that she was dating an alpha male in the past and he set the bar so high. And so now it's going to be really, really, really hard for other men to live up to that standard that this guy has set. And so every other guy she's going to be low-key disappointed in. And this happens with women when they date like a super rich guy. They experience like, money, muscles, game, frame, right? If a woman experiences high levels of, competence in any of these areas, it's going to be very hard for her to lower her standards moving forward. And it kind of, honestly speaking, like this is why it's better for women not to sleep around. And they know this inherently too, because it just ruins them for the future. This happens to women too, like sexually, right? So like if a dude like really like jackhammers the shit out of her and just like fucks her absolute brains out, if the next guy that she wants to get in a relationship with doesn't fuck her at that high degree of sex, then she's always going to be sitting around wondering like, oh, is this the best I can do? Like, because she's already experienced that, like that emotional high. Just the same thing for guys. Like after a guy sleeps with a girl on the first date, like, and, meets other girls, and, like, she's like, I don't want to wait 4 dates, 5 dates, 6 dates. Guy's like, what? And then on top of that, he knows she slept with other dudes on the first date or second date or third date. He's just like, okay, like, I don't want to put up with this. Okay. So she's been alpha widowed massively by a guy who had massive status. I mean, Tupac Shakur was hip hop back in the day, right? And so looking at the situation here with her, I mean, she's in her 50s now and still talking about this guy, bro. And let me save you guys. How old is this woman? She is 52 years old. Okay. So, and it says on her Wikipedia that she was married in 1997 and then divorced in 2016, but they're not really fucking divorced. They're just separated. But this woman is just an embarrassment, bro. This woman is just an embarrassment. It's so fucking shameful as a mother, as a wife. This is an individual who's trying to eat her cake and have it too. And it's just, I don't know. This is just like massively shameful, massively shameful. And this is what happens when, the girls go out there and they sleep around and they think there's going to be no repercussions for their actions, nothing along those lines. So, now she's still, talking about her fucking ex, and she keeps on airing out their marital problems as well. Okay, like here's the thing, guys. If you have a girl that, okay, here's a couple things, right? So if you have a girl and she is at any point mentions an ex to you, as in like, oh, well, sometimes I think about my ex or something like that, bro,
She belongs to the streets.
it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to have to go through so much bullshit, and you're always going to be number 2 in her mind. You're always going to be her silver medal, and you don't want to be that, bro. If she like talks about her ex-boyfriend, how she misses him, or talks about him in any kind of like endearing way in front of you, bro, that is just, it's not a good sign. It's really not a good sign. And then on top of that, I think the reason why she engaged in this open relationship with Will is because she just wasn't fully bought in. Like Will had a bunch of celebrity status, and he was the shit in the 90s when he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was the man. Then Men in Black, Independence Day, Bad Boys, like that was like Will Smith's era, and he's still doing a great job now. I think Will Smith is a phenomenal actor personally. But if a woman is truly down for you 100%, she's not going to want to sleep with other people. She's not. She's going to be fully bought into your program. Okay. And so this whole situation is just like mega embarrassing. We're going to get right into some of the breakdowns first, but guys, don't forget to come on over to YouTube and smash the like button real quick. We need to get the likes to 100 likes. 100. Get those likes to 100, please. Really want to get this. That's the most important metric as well for YouTube to spread this video out. As you know, the demonetization is heavy and YouTube is brutal, absolutely brutal when it comes to taking 30% of all super chat revenue. So if you actually want to send a direct donation, go ahead and click on the Streamlabs link in the description box, and the moderators will be putting that in the chat right now. Thank you so much. This is a good comment. She's airing out her own dirty laundry and bad behavior. Will's behavior at the Oscars was bad, but his handling of her bad behavior is his worst sin. Yeah, you gotta, when they act out of pocket and act a fool like this, she's gotta go. Okay. So, but I think the big reason for him not doing that is because I think he got married in the state of California, and so now the divorce laws there are just going to, like, just eat him alive. So he just has to kind of tolerate this crap. But she's embarrassing him. She's embarrassing her family. She's embarrassing her children. And here, take a look real quick. And you can see this here. This is the whole breakdown thing she wanted to do with Will Smith. This is the Red Talk breakdown. And this is a man who is at mercy of her. Okay. He is in, unfortunately, he is in her frame, and that's why he's miserable. And she doesn't realize that's why she's miserable. The problem here is her. She needs to come to the fact that she's alpha widowed. She needs to go to therapy and like be like, okay, look, I get it. You're whining about your past and shit, but your family right now is suffering in the present. So take a real quick here.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's
business.
Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But,
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened? An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Now, in the process, and like you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did. And it.
Translation: I needed some healing, so I looked for it in the form of other dudes' dicks. That's like saying I needed rehab from drugs, so I'm gonna go rail some fucking coke.
It all started with, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing. When Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick. Yeah.
And so this, so you know, she started helping this guy who was sick. It was one of her son's friends that she ended up sleeping with. But what that was really giving her, because she's put in such a masculine role in her job, her career, everything, they're like forcing her to be masculine. And a woman's femininity is brought out when she's taking care of something and nurturing it, right? Making sure they're okay. Women have that special power, in my opinion. They can nurture something and bring it back to life, right? That's their gift. That's the gift of femininity. You know, when you're sick, you don't want your dad coming in there like, okay, son, you okay? You want your mom like, come here, honey, it's okay, everything's gonna be okay. Or your girl, you know what I mean? You don't want like your best friend coming over like, hey, bro, let me snuggle up with you, make you feel better, right? No, you want a girl taking care of you, bringing you medicine, cooking for you, cleaning up, helping you out, right? And when they do that, you bring out their femininity. And when you bring out their femininity, they become attracted to you. And then that's exactly what happened here.
The outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found, and from there,
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah,
we decided that we were going to figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well,
I really felt like we could be over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on with August,
I launched into an interaction. What do you feel like you were looking for?
It had been, and it was, I think that has a lot, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle, just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about fixing people versus.
So that is her wanting to bring out her feminine nature of healing people. You know what I mean? That she wants to bring out her femininity. That's what, quite frankly, modern women are neglected of. And that's why they're so frustrated, right? You know, they want to like nurture something and bring it back to life. And that's just what their roles as women are. And they were sold a lie by the feminist agenda to be like, oh, just get out there and be a boss babe, AKA be another tax slave. That's the real thing. But they didn't really think about it. They were just tricked and lied and manipulated by big government, big media, big corporations. And now they're all miserable.
And taught me that.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again.
And look at her body language when he says, I'm hurt and I never want to speak to you again. She's happy about this. Watch.
Addictions. There's something about fixing.
Look at this man's face, bro. Bro. Hold on, let me just Google something real quick because I already know. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. Just gonna put this here real quick. You can be the judge. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions, there's something about fixing people versus, and taught me that.
Watch her. Look at, yeah, I feel so bad for this dude.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree.
There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like.
And I wish. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracle.
Yeah, you got to go. You know, and I'm just happy.
There's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what. You can't know that
until you go
through some stuff. You know, I don't want to go through this no more. I'm gonna get you back first.
I think we're good on that. Okay.
Okay, that's probably true.
That's true. And I don't think it's about.
No, for me it is.
I'll give you that petty. If that's what you want. But you know, I will definitely say, you know,
25 years and counting.
We die together. Bad marriage for life.
That's terrible.
But yeah, it's just.
I told you the first year we were married, I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe you.
Yeah. I thought I was that I didn't have the girth that it was going to take to ride with you through.
Yeah, I didn't know.
How am I doing? All
right. Sorry, dude. But if your wife goes and bangs another dude,
she belongs to the streets.
Automatically over. It's automatically over. Even if you had like an agreement about it, dude, you don't understand. Like, if once your wife even brings that up, okay, once she even brings that up, you're already in, like, she's already done with you. She's already been like going back and forth in her head, fighting with this rationalization, and it's over. Okay. So she went and had sex with her son's friend. So not only is she embarrassing her husband, but she is embarrassing her son as well. Now take a look here at the body language on this photo. Okay. Look at this. That's her with Will Smith. Look at her body language there. And that's her with that's her with August right there. So I'm going to show you how it works. First of all, the smile is legit. Her eyebrows are raised. She's happier, right? Her crotch is pushed up against him here. Okay. He's got the vice grip on her, but she's totally happy. Will has her here. Will's smile is fake. You can see it's only his mouth, not his eyes, right? She's not even happy. She is just, she's just there. Okay. But this is like a very, very big, big difference between these two photos here. Big, big, big difference. Okay. And then I want to show you this. This is Stephen A. Smith. Love him or hate him. Like this is shout out to Stephen A. Smith. I know some people hate him. Sometimes I hate him, but he's a talented individual, and he's done a lot for the sports industry. And this is his take on the whole situation. Take a look.
You want to mess with some dude that's your son's friend, as trifling as that may seem in people's eyes, that's your damn business. You want to break up with your husband and all of this stuff, that's your business. But this public emasculation needs to stop. Jada, all you're doing is elevating the level of vitriol coming your way, because it don't matter what you say. There's nothing you can say to a man to justify what you have done to Will Smith. Every time I see Jada Pinkett Smith talk about Will Smith, I cringe. We kings. We kings. We ain't here to be treated like that. You're queens and you shouldn't be treated like that either. And I get that. Tell me anywhere, biblically, scripture-wise, in any scripture, where it encourages you to publicize your personal business for profit when it negatively affects your spouse.
And not only your spouse, your family. Your family. Okay? That's the big thing. But here's the thing, right? So when a woman, here's the deal, okay? Now, when you're a woman and you've been alpha widowed, you, to a degree, hate the guy you're with because you're always looking at the past, at your past alpha male, right? And so that is just, that's her problem. But she probably has a scarcity mindset. She's probably holding on to him because, there's money, there's clout, there's all that shit available, there's security there, right? This is not an accident. She is publicly humiliating Will for not being the man that she wants him to be, which is Tupac Shakur, quite frankly, in my opinion. Okay. So it's really and the only thing Will can do to mitigate this is to get rid of her. That's the only thing he can do. Okay. There's no other thing he can do than to fucking, get rid of her. That's it. And that's the thing. Same thing for you guys at home. Okay. If you're a girl, let me just tell you something, bro. If you're a girl at any point, let me pull up fucking a photo real quick. And this is exactly the situation. Okay. All right. So I just typed this in Google. Okay. I just typed in like a Giga Chad dude. If at any point your girl has like dated a fucking dude like Giga Chad-esque, which is like jacked, shredded, okay, tall, muscular. Right? If he doesn't look, if like you don't look like him, then she's always going to like look back at him as the better option. Unless you have like rock solid game, which most guys don't, so just keep that in mind. It's in your better option to just walk away. If you know a girl you've dated, or you see her, she's been interested in a guy like this, okay, and most likely this guy dumped her, she's ruined for life, bro. Like, can she go to therapy and can she do all this shit? Like, theoretically, yes. Okay, yes. But is she going to do that? Most likely, no. If the dude is jacked, shredded, tall, and other bitches want him, and you don't look like that guy, because there's a series of rankings. Okay, you got to know where you rank in the sexual marketplace, right? And if you don't rank up there, then you're fucking, you're just always going to be not as good as that guy, unless you like have amazing game, amazing tip top game. But again, there is a fucking a finite life to how much she can love you based upon how many sexual partners she's had, and it's just the data is just clearly evident, right? So even this dude's like fucking Chad Light. Even some dude like this, if you're not better than this dude, right? Some shit like that, it's not looking good for you. Like even this is Indian. This is like Indian Chad Light, right? Anything like this, she dates some dude like that,
she belongs to the streets.
She's just never gonna be able to love you as much. And I know that doesn't sound PC, I know it doesn't sound friendly, but thank God for the internet and these women having these insatiable desire for clout. Okay, here's another good example as I keep on scrolling through. Okay, here's another thing. She dates a dude like this at any point, you don't look like that guy, just keep in mind, you're always going to be number 2 in her mind. And that's why that's why women sleeping around, they just shouldn't do it. Because like when you sleep with a girl, for example, right? And you sleep with a girl who has not been ran through, okay? And guys, go ahead and smash the like button there. We need to get those lights up to a hundo. If you date a girl and she has been ran through, okay, even if you are a fucking Giga Chat too, the amount of love and affection and stuff that you can get from her has been diminished. Because if you're a guy with a lot of sexual experience, like when you sleep with a girl who has low body count and or no body count, she gets like insanely attached to you because that's just her biological, imperative, right? That's why girls who are not like, that's why girls who are hoes, they typically like, they have their like non-ho friend and they like try to like force dudes on them, because they're like wanting to like make that girl as miserable as they are. They're like, oh, this girl's pure, we got to ruin her, because they don't care about making themselves better as women. They don't care about lifting their friends up. They care about their end goal and their end goal only. So Jada Pinkett Smith has had, this is exactly what happened to Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Tupac had way more status and he was way more gangster than Will Smith. Let's just be honest, right? I mean, Tupac was like a literal gangster, and he was an icon back in the time, and he was a real badass in real life. Like Will Smith, he's an actor. Like, no offense to Will Smith, but he's an actor. He's just he's successful. But the crazy thing about this whole situation is this: Will Smith can go replace Jada like this. Find a girl that Will Smith is the top. Will Smith is like the top level guy. Like, and she would be totally happy with him, falling into his frame, doing everything. Jada Pinkett Smith is fucked. She can't do that. Because even Will Smith's at the bar pretty high, right? So, oh, froze there. Give me a second. So the situation there is just so bad for Jada. And the honestly, the right thing she should do is just like go to therapy and like just fucking get her shit together and you know, not have so much trouble brought upon her family and her husband due to her own alpha widowed behavior. Like this, she brought this all upon herself. Okay. So that being said, you know, this is all on her. So this is on her Instagram. In 2019, she filmed Will Smith without his consent when he was getting angry about what she was doing, and then she uploaded it to Instagram. Again, publicly humiliating the man. Take a look. He didn't know he was being recorded.
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you?
And like, if you're going to compare her stardom to Will Smith's, I think her biggest break was in The Matrix. That was it. But Will needs to stand his ground. Like, I don't understand. Like, is he worried that he's going to lose all his money or whatever? I don't know, but it's just terrible. It's just truly, truly terrible. So I got this clip here queued up. This is from the interview 2 weeks ago from Jada. And again, this is just a cautionary tale for you guys. Like, if you're dealing with a girl, guys, I'm telling you, listen, I have dealt with chicks. I've dealt with 2 chicks that I specifically remember. That one chick, I remember I was dating her for a little bit. It was just casual. I was never committed to her. But she's this Chinese chick. She had this blog, right? And she fucking met some like Jamaican dude in Tokyo. And apparently this Jamaican dude just fucked the brains out of her, right? She wrote about it on her fucking blog. And then fucking couple of like months later, she was like sharing some bullshit in her chat. And he's a good looking guy. He's like a black Chad here in Tokyo. And she was sharing some shit with her friends. Then I saw her like sending his photo. I'm like, she still had his photo around. I was like, damn, this bitch like dealt with this dude over a fucking year ago and she's still talking about him. So I knew in my mind, there's no way for me to like compete with that. Like, I don't want to go take like fucking sex lessons or whatever to like fuck a girl like who has like God knows like a 50+ body count, right? She was just a plate. But then I just knew, right? I just knew there was like no comparison to that, and like I don't want to. And that's the thing. Like, you guys, like a lot of you guys put up with shit that you shouldn't put up with. A lot of you guys put up with like bad behavior for women because you just think you can't replace them. But if you focus on the core 4 behind me, money, muscles, game frame, and you decide, hey, fuck it, I'm gonna get a remote job, fuck off to like another country and find like a decent girl. There are plenty of decent women out there, bro. Do not stay in that cesspool of whores in America, or even just tolerating that shit from her. Dude, so many of these guys out here, they're tolerating a bad woman. They're tolerating a woman who's been ran through, who's a liar, who has all these character flaws. Why you put up with that is beyond me. Okay. There's a bounty of good women out there. You just got to elevate yourself as a man. And the thing is this too, when you concede to being with that kind of chick, your frame is going to be destroyed. And eventually she's going to leave you anyways. You're forsaking your frame to keep the relationship. But the reality is, when you forsake yourself as a man, you lose yourself. When you lose yourself, women lose attraction to you. because you're not true to your masculine core, and you got to chuck up the deuce and peace out. It's just that simple. Emmanuel says, damn, once she goes black, she never goes back. Yeah. Or stay and find the right one. There are some, whether you'll admit it, no, there definitely are, but the reality is, on a global context, okay, I'm a guy who has traveled and dated around the world, and if we're going to be objectively ranking, American women are at the very, very bottom of the global barrel. There are no women more worse for relationships than American women. They are the destroyers of family. I mean, we're watching one right now. Jada Pinkett Smith is an American. Okay. It's feminism ground zero. They're the fattest women in the world. Okay. They have the most consumer debt. They have the most student loan debt. They have the most useless degrees. They're indoctrinated with the worst kind of trash. It's not like I'm not just making this up. These are objective realities here. Okay. 1 in 3 women had an abortion. 1 in 4 women have an STD in the United States of America. No, thank you. No, I am A-okay. Now, are there good women out there? For sure. There are good women out there in the States, but they get scooped up like that, bro. Good women don't stay on the market. Okay. Good women don't stay on the market. Not in the United States, they get scooped up quickly. And the best of the best get scooped up and have a baby put inside them. Okay. So, they're, and you're seeing this right now. So take a look here. This is, something that she is bringing up to the
that you were going to live completely separate lives. Decided that you were going to live completely separate
lives.
lives
From the beginning.
Jada Pinkett's powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy, including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith. And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot?
Bang other dudes.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already split.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker,
I am.
except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why?
What the fuck? I feel like you're a straight talker. I am. Except when you're not sometimes. Yeah. What the fuck, bro?
Do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people,
Embarrassing. Totally embarrassing. Embarrassing. Guys, as I'm telling you, look, and I know it doesn't sound nice, but bro, and like they did a study too. We're actually going to be breaking down the study a little bit earlier, or excuse me, a little bit later on the channel here. But I want to just say something, okay? Like, if a chick has more than 10 bodies, bro, you're at a massive uphill battle. If she has more than 20, it's pretty much a wrap. Like, unless she goes through a shitload of therapy and, you know, or the guy's completely clueless. I'm talking for you dudes. For you dudes watching this masculine self-improvement content, I'm telling you, bro, I've dated girls with big body counts, and I've dated girls with low body counts. And the girls with low body counts, they're just better. They are just better. And typically, high body count is typically a symptom of some other kind of mental problem going on with these chicks. And here, you know, they talk about that. They talk about how, I'll just let her say her speed. Take a look here.
But often most of our energy goes in thinking, well, I wish they had them or they should have had them. And when I'm listening to you, what I'm hearing is that it's not even the belief that they don't love me or love me enough. It's the belief that somewhere inside, I am not lovable.
Yes.
So she grew up with drug addict parents. And when your parents are fucked up in the head, they don't give you the amount of love that you properly need as a child. You know, if you're raised in a single mother household, if you are raised by parents who are like fucked up drug addicts, you know, verbally abusive, mentally abusive, physically abusive, right? When they physically beat you and then they, you know, verbally tear you down right after the beating. You're not going to raise a normal, well-adjusted child. You're not going to raise a normal, well-adjusted human, right? I had to go through so much fucking therapy myself to get back to, like, you know, being normal, and then continue working on myself due to the crazy shit that happened in my like psychotic upbringing as a child. So, you know, this is exactly what happened to Jada Pinkett Smith here. And typically what happens when you are going through these troubles, right? Women tend to hit the streets a little earlier. Listen to what she says.
Yes.
Right? It's so inside you. It's not even about them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not valuable. I'm not.
Yeah. It's because that's your mirror at first, right? But it's so complicated and nuanced. Do I believe my father loved me? Of course. In the way that he could. I think that he felt the most loving thing he could do was tell me, I can't be your father. And I respected that, even at 7, because I was like, at least somebody's telling me the truth.
But that's so fucked up. Like to tell your child, like, this is what a lot of single mothers do too, which is just terrible. Okay. Like they fucking talk to their children like they're adults, because it just like, you rob the children of their childhood. You rob them of that safety. You know, I know girls who were raised by crazy bitches, and their mothers would, you know, be fucking telling them this crazy ass shit at a young age, to me, like, oh, you know, this is why your father left, and your father's a dirtbag, and blah, 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 and all this shit. And you know, the reality is just so fucking sad and heartbreaking. Because you're robbing that child of that safety, because a kid just needs to be in like a delusional blanket of love and safety, and then educated properly. That's how you raise like a decent kid. And so for her father to be like, I can't be your father, and you're 7, and she's like, okay, I understand. Like, that's so fucking detrimental. I feel so bad for her, honestly.
I've always respected hardcore truths. That is one thing about me. I respect hardcore truths. Doesn't mean I always like them, but I freaking respect them.
Then you need to go to therapy, because you're crazy and you're ruining your family.
7.
At
like
7.
That lesson started.
That's a gangster hardcore truth to tell a child. But then at the same time, that seed within me that is like, well, are all men like that? Like, if my dad doesn't love me.
God, this is so fucking red pill as fuck right now. Okay, so, and this is, you see how she said that? Are all men like that? Because When a woman has a bad experience with her father from the get-go, you have to understand, your mother is the gateway for you to understand all women, and your father is a gateway for you to understand all men as a woman, right? So that's why when the daddies leave, right? What is the most common joke we say in America? Oh, she's got daddy issues. But 9 times out of 10, why did dad leave? The mom kicked him out. The mom divorced him. The mom thought she could fucking do better on her own because she's listening to all her other stupid whore single friends who spread that divorce virus. If your girl got a friend that's breaking up or going through a divorce, you need to like move cities or get away from that girl because that shit will jump on your marriage with the quickness. You got to protect your marriage from all the outside forces, bro. And you know, that right here is just like terrifyingly red pill because it's so fucking true. She says like, so are all men like this? And that's why when the single mother divorces the father, she kicks him out. And then does the mother say like to the child, well, you're your dad and we had some differences and I just believe it would be our best interest for me to take care of you and your father to, you know, remotely parent you with visitation rights. No, she's like, your dad's a bad person. He doesn't love you. He's a dirtbag. He cheated on me. He did all this, and you know, all men are bad, and this guy's just a monster. And that's what they do. And then these girls grow up because they're kids. They don't know anything. You tell a kid anything, they'll fucking believe it, right? Kids believe in fucking Santa Claus, for fuck's sake, right? So you tell them over and over and over. That's like a deep emotional scar that you put in a child from a young age. And you fuck them up. And then these girls go out there and they fucking hate men. And then it becomes like a self-fulfilling cycle, right? They don't know how to choose a good man. Their mom describes like a demonized version of their father. They have like this love for their father. So they kind of like fall in love with this demonized version that their mother is hitting them with propaganda for. And then they go out and chase these men who are absolute dog shit based upon their mom's programming. And then they just get heartbroken. They become jaded, alone. And then by the time they've racked up 20 bodies, forget it. You're done. You can't properly connect with somebody. Okay. You definitely you can't. So you're just seeing the end game here. This is like the end game of feminism right here. And then this is why it's so important to keep families together, you know, but in America, no fault divorce. They throw the father right out. Good luck. I feel like China and or Russia has infiltrated our education systems in America and it's been putting this propaganda in people's minds as payback for World War II, quite frankly. Chotsky, 499 super chat. This is a case study of how a woman can fundamentally destroy a man while making it all about herself. Welcome to modern solipsism. Money muscles, game frame my money for life. Shout out to you, bro. Love it. Yeah. So crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, education has been infiltrated since 1945. I believe it. Let's continue on with this, you know. L father on his behalf.
Me. Well, that seed within me that is like, well, are all men like that? Like, if my dad doesn't love me, how is any man gonna love me? I didn't realize that at 7. Mm-hmm. That's when I started getting into like 16, 17, when I start, you know, having those kind of intimate relationships with men and realizing, oh, wow, this area is quite unhealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so at a young age, and that's what happens, single mother households, you know, sexual promiscuity begins at an earlier age as well. So she starts saying she started sleeping around when she was 16, 17.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Of just like how I viewed myself. I was either giving too much or not enough. I'm either hot or super cold, you know, emotionally.
Yeah.
And so trying to regulate and understand, because, you know, my understanding is that a young girl's first relationship and understanding of love is with her father. I didn't have that at all. Mm-hmm. So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important that, and again, going back to the relationships I've had with girls in the past, like the Chinese girl I told you about, she fucking hated her dad. She hated her dad because her dad was cheating sloppy, cheating on the mom, and the mom stayed with her. And what happened to this Chinese chick? She became this fucking rabid feminist and fucking turbo whore, all because of daddy, right? And then the other side of this coin is like, you know, the girls that have like great relationships with their fathers, healthy relationships, love their father. Father's a good guy, you know, took them camping, took them fishing when they're little, raised them to be right. They have a healthy outlook on men. They have healthy outlook on relationships, and they're good women. You know, so like when you meet a girl who comes from a broken family, you know, you have an uphill battle. You have an uphill battle ahead of you. And America, when they're churning out fucking single mother households like they're fucking, you know, bullets in World War II, good luck. Good luck. 75%, I believe it, no, I think it's like 67 or I think it's 75% of black households in the United States of America are single mother households. You know, and I think they're trending towards that number with the white community. And it's all done by design too. Everybody know, all the guys in the black community knows, like they try, the government, the organizations, they try the treacherous shit on the black community first. And if it's successful in the black community, they spread it to the white community, right? That's why they did fucking gonorrhea and all the STD shit with the black community and the black prisoners. You know, I think it was like the 50s or 60s. And then that shit worked. And like, all right, it fucked up the blacks. Now let's fuck up the whites. And, you know, for some of you guys that are not black, you don't get it. But like for the guys that are black, like you guys know what I'm talking about. And I think the single mother household thing is another part of the elites, because strong families are the enemy of the ones in power. And, you know, it worked swimmingly with the black community, and now they're working on the white community, you know? So let's continue here.
I'm still really immature in that area of just emotional development around intimacy with masculinity. I know that now, whereas before I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're not aware. Yeah,
I'm not aware. Like, this is just what it is. And then growing up in an environment with so much violence and so much aggression, and oh man, it was like, what do you do with all that? And trying to just like unpack all of it to just figure out like, oh, life is about love. It's not about power and ego and winning and losing. I mean, it's taken me, I'm 52, just now understanding that. It's been a
And the reason why she's understanding that now is because the wall has hit her. She's not distracted by tons of male attention. So now she has to start thinking about her decisions.
wild ride. But you know what? Every day I thank the Great Supreme for the journey and just for giving me the awakenings, the little awakenings that I get about love and just my willingness to have it, you know, really wanting to understand what love is all about. But I do have to give my grandmother a lot of credit.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it.
Yeah, Marion really, I had all these different seeds that were planted in me. And Marion's seed, that goes to show you how the legacy of love will overpower everything. It is the legacy of love that my grandmother instilled in me, and also the desire to search. She always had me understand that the world is full of treasures. Get out there and find them. She instilled that in me at a very young age. And she also instilled in me that I was special, but I was.
You're gonna have a better life if your parents tell you you're not special. I don't like this whole. That's what American people tell you. Oh, you're so special, honey. You're the best one ever. Probably not. You're probably just average. But if you work really hard and you don't think you're special, then now you're special. Okay. So we got another video here. Now, you know, all this does just fucking it's just wild, bro. It's just massively wild. Here how she look how she refers to Will here. This is another interview on her book tour of shame. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, how do you feel now that, I say secret, but I guess the secret is out. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? Like, how do you feel now that, like, okay, the world knows?
Yeah. What do you think the world knows?
That you and Will are, just from what I've read and seen, are not divorced. Trying to make sure I understand it.
Not divorced,
but living
but
together.
you're not living together, but you're not. Yeah. So,
like, is it a weight off your shoulder, or is it?
It is. It's a weight off my shoulders, honestly. And I gotta be honest. I mean, what's even better is that Will and I are in such a good place, and that now we can be together in a way that works for us. And that's what I'm most happy about, because we're in a life partnership. It's just been beautiful.
Translation. I'm staying attached to Will long enough, just enough, so I can siphon off of his money and clout for my benefit when I see it need be. But at the same time, I'll be able to fucking go do my own thing on the side, aka sausages. Sausages all around the clock. So, and then take a look at this. Here it is right here. Here. So this is Will Smith and also Jada Pinkett Smith here. Take a look at her. Right here. I'll address this super chat in a second. Take a look.
You know why I never got divorced?
It's cheaper to keep me. Will and I have decided to even throw away the concept of marriage.
We don't even call ourselves married anymore.
Yeah. I always knew I'm not marriage material. What I am is a ride or die chick.
Right.
That's what marriage is, you retard.
You know why I never got divorced?
It's cheaper to keep me. Will and I have decided to even throw away the concept of marriage.
We don't even call ourselves married anymore.
I always knew I'm not marriage material. What I am is a ride or die chick.
That's what marriage is, bro. Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational
Smash
thought.
like.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to
Shut up and take my money.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So embarrassing. Guys, by the way, hit the likes. We got to get the likes up to 100 likes. We are 70% the way there. Smash the like button right now. Felix, $5 super chat. She is full of victim mindset. Never counts her blessings, just her hardships. Money don't buy morality or happiness. No soul or heart. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Marriage without exclusivity is nothing. Exactly. This is also hilarious. So she just can't stop talking about fucking Tupac. She cannot stop talking about this guy. And it's just sad. It's totally fucking sad. Look at this real quick.
One of the most difficult things that you had to write about in this book was losing your friend, your soulmate, Tupac Shakur.
On the internet, there's been a whole lot about me calling Pac my soulmate. And I think people
regard soulmate just in a romantic way. And soulmates aren't just romantic, right? Because as you read in the book, Pac and I were not romantic, but he is a soulmate. I know I will see him again.
You write about the day that Suge Knight delivered his ashes to you. I could feel your rage on that page. What can you tell us about that day?
Having to receive Pac's ashes in that way was a really devastating moment, to just get him in this little cardboard box. And yeah, I was very rageful about the whole thing.
You write that he was sort of cavalier about how he delivered it. And,
He was.
And did that make you think that he was somehow involved?
One thing I've learned, not to make assumptions. Lord knows so many assumptions have been made about me, of what people think they know. And there's always more to the story, so I can't make assumptions.
She don't want to end up next. Soulmate. Guys, if you're dating a girl and she at any point refers to another man as her soulmate, and you don't get rid of her, you have no frame, you have no self-respect, and that is the relationship, that's the kiss of death on a relationship. You have got to go. I want to empower you guys to walk away from any situation that does not serve you. Okay. And situations like that, I mean, bro, I don't care how much. When Will has $350 million, bro, how many millions and millions of dollars do you need? Just get rid of her, bro. Your fucking self-respect is just not worth it at all. It is certainly not. I mean, oh man, it's just, it blows my mind that he's like saying it's cheaper to keep her. Like, just, bro, you are losing yourself as a man. You're being eroded away. Stuff is so good for Will and I. He even slapped Chris Rock. He's so damn happy. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Shut up and take my money.
God. You know. So, even this, check this out. There's another thing here. This is cringe. This was posted about 10 days ago, give or take. Check this out.
A lot of people might not know, but he proposed to you while he was in jail.
I talk about this in the book when I go to see him in Rikers, when I wrote about that in the book, and when I had to talk about it, speak my words for the audible version of the book. That was probably one of the more painful parts, seeing him there, the condition that he was in, and having to leave him there. And he was in bad shape. And so when he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. And I knew at that time that he needed somebody to do time with him, which I was going to do anyway. You didn't have to marry me to do time, right? I'm here.
I see why we love you.
And then like, he needed a rock. He needed, because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation, you know, because I promise you, he would have married me and divorced me as soon as his ass left jail. He would have.
Right.
I'll be real with it.
Right. Because so many people in that position don't have support.
Right.
None at all.
None. You know?
And he got the best.
Right. He was just like, look. And I just think it was the mind state that he was in. You know, he wrote me this long letter. And I think even before Pac went to jail, he was starting to shift in a certain manner.
Good or bad?
Good. Really good. And I think that for him, he just felt like, okay, if I can tether myself, it'll keep me on a trajectory.
It's just such a terrible thing to be in love with. I mean, just to be attached to a woman like that, because again, you're just like living in another man's shadow. You have to have self-respect for yourself, and you have to walk away. Okay? You have to walk away. There is no ands, ifs, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So here's another clip of her on this horrendous tour that is even further damaging Will Smith's name. Take a look. She says something pretty cringe
about now we're gonna have to have sex, you know, like none of that, because that wasn't happening. We just didn't have that chemistry. We just didn't have it.
Yeah.
I think if Pac had survived Vegas, he and Will would have ended up being really good friends. You know, they would have had a lot to offer one another.
Oh my God, that's not what you want to hear. Like, oh Jesus Christ. No shame. No shame.
And funny enough, Will was the only person when I started dating him, Pac never said anything. If I dated anybody else, Pac had something to say. He didn't think anybody was good enough, which I understand, right? But when I started dating Will, he didn't say anything, which meant to me, in his own way, he approved.
Yeah, when they don't say anything.
Right. He didn't say anything, which was like, okay. And not
Imagine you're dating a girl and she goes to another guy for approval that's not her father. How would you fucking feel? Like, and honestly, if Tupac was alive, he'd be like, bro, you are embarrassing this man. Shut the fuck up and get on with your fucking life. He would not put up with this shit. Yikes, bro.
not a word, which made me believe he approved.
Yeah. No, I think it's so beautiful to.
This guy is a total simp too. I don't even know if I can just tell he's a fucking simp. He would approve. I don't need any man's approval over me and my woman if fucking we're together. Like, yeah, the only approval you need is hers. And then, you know, if you're going to marry her in a traditional sense, her father's. But some other dude that you're just chilling out with and like, what? Am I out of touch? Am I crazy? Yikes, bro. This is crazy. Mad Millie says, my cousin Tony was a lot like Will. His woman was utterly destroying him. She had a kid with another man, yet he stayed. Oh my God, that's so bad. He even stayed with her and her new boyfriend. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Don't get it. That's so sad, bro. That is so sad. Tupac has said she belongs to the streets. Did he?
She belongs to the streets.
Well, I'm like Tupac in that sense. Okay. Unreal, bro. Unfucking real, dude. Okay. So she needs another man's approval over her husband. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Here's Will voicing his side of the story on the Breakfast Club. Okay, take a look here real quick.
Are you ever jealous of the love?
Shut up and take my money.
Let me read the super chat real quick. Chotsky, $10 super chat. Will Smith destroyed his life due to this chick. It is an example how the wrong woman can drain your soul, drag you to the lowest, and make you self-destruct on your own. Death by 1,000 cuts. 1,000%, bro. And it's Will's fault. It's 100% Will's fault because he did not enforce his frame. No amount of money, clout, status, nothing is worth your frame and your self-respect as a man. Nothing.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know
Oh my God, that dude. Let me, and and that was in the early days.
Yeah,
that was in the early days, and it was like, that was a big regret for me too, because I could never open up to interact with Pac, you know, and because we had a little bit of a thing, right? Because they grew up together, and they loved each other, but they never had that, they never had a sexual relationship, but they had come into that age where now that was a possibility. And then Jada was with me, so Pac had a little thing on that, but she just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, so it was like I never could, like, even we were in a room together a couple times, I couldn't speak to him, and he wasn't going to speak to me if I wasn't going to speak to him.
Really?
But
It seemed like y'all would have so much in common.
no, that's what Jada would say all the time. She was
Right.
like, I'm telling you, y'all are so similar. You will love him. And I just never, that was a huge regret of mine. I just I couldn't handle it. I was the soft rapper from Philly, and he was Pac.
Right.
Well, at least
what
they
I
didn't do a
mean?
diss song about you or nothing.
Yeah, I know,
That would've
right?
been awful.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I was deeply insecure, and just I wasn't man enough to handle that relationship.
So how do you get over?
No, it's nothing about being man enough. It's about being man enough to walk away. And he didn't walk away because, I don't know. Because look, here's exactly what happened. Okay. You know what time it is. Breaking out the whiteboard. It's about to get real. Okay. So I'm going to give you a breakdown. God damn it. The iPad's dead. Look at this shit, bro. The sign of death. Let me see if we can bring this thing back to life. Come on, iPad. In the name of Steve Jobs, I resurrect you. Come back from the dead in the name of Steve Jobs. Not that homosexual Tim Cook. Come back to life, please. Shit. All right. All right, I'm going to have to draw off the mouse. Bear with me, boys. Okay. So here, I'm going to break down what happened, okay? So ultimately, this is Will Smith's fault. That's the ultimate, okay? Because here's the deal, okay? Now, here you have Pac, right? Pac is the alpha male. He's a real gangster. He's a real killer. He's a badass, right? And at the time, you have Will, who is not. He was, as he just said, he was the soft guy. He was the beta in this context, right? But Jada was doing what women in her situation would do because she could. Okay. She wanted the alpha. So she attached herself to that. She's hanging out with him all the time. And she got the beta also, which he had status plus money. Okay. So her little monkey brain as a woman wants to stay with the guy who has the beta bucks. Okay. That's why she kept Will around. But she wanted to be with the alpha Tupac for the alpha fucks. Okay. But here is how the relationship always goes sour. Okay. The only thing that keeps a relationship together is, as old Papa Tomasi says, genuine desire. Genuine desire. And And the fact that Will felt jealousy was his indicator to break this and get the fuck out and find another bitch. But he didn't do that because why? I'll tell you why. What the hell's the color thing on this thing? Oh, fuck you. God damn it. Viewership at risk because I can't find the color. God damn it. There it is. No frame. And now, guess what? He loses her. He already lost her. He never had her from the get-go. Okay. The right thing for Will to do was to scratch her and go find another girl. Right? But he was young. She had fucking issues. So you know what that means? The sex is probably fire. And he was using status and money to lock her down. But her eyes were here. Eyes were elsewhere. This is the only thing that keeps relationships together. And the more bodies that she gets, the harder it is for her to have this right here. Body count matters, guys. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Body count absolutely matters. So as those bodies go up, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies. Okay. Her ability to have genuine desire goes down. Okay. It's an unfortunate reality. Okay. So, and guys, look, bro, it's happened to me. I have been with chicks that I was interested in, right, in the initial stages, and I could see they were more interested in another guy. And I know I could fight and try and do my best to like try to win her over, because that's all the bullshit you see in the movies, right? Oh, you got to win her over. You got to win her over. No, you say bye-bye.
She belongs to the streets.
See you later, and go find, you know, a girl that you're down for. That's down for you. You got to find what you can get and pull. Okay. And here's another thing. A lot of these, you know, dating coaches, people online, they don't want to say this. We'll pull out the whiteboard again. Okay. So here's the deal, right? How do I make a new whiteboard? I'm just going to scroll down. Get out of here. All right. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you how this is how it works too. Okay. Now, when you're a man, okay, money, muscles, game, frame equals your SMV, which is sexual market value, right? So let's just say your money's lit. You got fucking, you're doing fantastic. You know, you make, I don't know, $100,000 a year. Let's give you 3. Let's say your muscles kind of so-so. You're not super Giga Chad status, but you're fit. You can knock a motherfucker out. I'm gonna give you 2. Let's say game's pretty tight. Your riz is on point, you know, but you're not as good as me. There. And then let's say your frame, you got the frame of an average guy, which is pretty bad, right? Let's say 1. Okay. So 3 plus 2 is 5 plus this. So this overall makes you a 7. Okay. So let's just say now your sexual market value is a 7. So as a 7, okay, your sexual market value is a 7. So this is men here. Okay. And this is women. Now, are there outliers? Yes. However, this is a general framework that you should abide by. Okay. So these are female rankings: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Shut up and take my money.
5. I'm getting some big bucks today, man. Thank you guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. As a 7, you can only get 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just a regular guy. Could you get an 8? Your game's gonna have to be really, really on point, and you have to like make a life lesson out of that. And quite frankly, if you're that kind of guy, you're not watching me. No offense. Okay, we're all here to get educated, right? But that's the truth that a lot of these guys want to tell you. And men have a wall too. Okay, so like I would say, unless you have massive amount of status and access to girls, I would say once you hit 40, right, your ability to pull babes and shit, it's going to go down. Unless you take amazing good to sell, like you're in amazing shape, you are rich as fuck, and you have a good amount of status to help you pull girls. Because the average 40-year-old, bro, you're not pulling young hot babes. You're just not. Just not. It's not going to happen. Okay, and your old ass should have been married, had killed children by now, anyways. Okay, so see, and that's the thing. You got to know where you fit in the ranking, and then move forward. So with Will Smith, see, that's the thing too. Your frame is your manlyhood, your masculinity. So in looking at Pac versus Will, right? Pac's frame was probably like if each Money Muscles game frame was like, I don't know, just say maximum 3, or let's just make it simple, say 3, right? So let's just say his frame was maxed out, right? But Will was maxed out in money, and yeah, we'll say muscles too. He's pretty well, not even, but it was his biggest thing was his money, right? But when you lead with your wallet, you're not gonna call it. You're not gonna lock the girl down, bro. This is your manlyhood. This is your masculinity. Frame is the most important part of being a man. Okay. And Pac had that in spades, right? So and then ultimately, dude, she had the genuine desire. Because if you're a girl, if you're in love with the girl and you're dating her, but there's another dude in the picture that she goes to hanging out with and shit, she don't see you as a top G. She don't see you as the number one dude. She doesn't. At all. Okay. Shout out to Felix, $5 super chat. Sherry Zampino was married to Will Smith for 3 years, and the two share one son, Trey Smith. I did not know that. Okay. Too bad MLD only gets 4s. Oh, you figured me out, buddy. You figured me out. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to have to sit here and cry my new $900 shirt and whine about the fact that I only get 4s. Oh, no. Whatever will I do? No women will love me. No women will love me. Oh, no. Some loser on the internet. Frame is acting in your own best interest above everyone else. Yes. And it's yourself. It's your self-esteem dialogue as well. Okay. So when and here's another thing too, going back to SMV, because I think a lot of guys are delusional. Because I met some guy was in my DMs, right? And he was just like, he's 50, he's obese. He told me he was on military disability, and he's making like $3,000 a month. And he's like, I know I'm a high value man. I'm like, no, you're not. You're a fat old man on disability, bro. Like, I get it. You have a healthy self-esteem about yourself. Cool. You should regard yourself to high value man to an extent, but there are objective markers as well. Okay. And again, like, dude, if you want to be good at dating, your score matters. And we all have a fucking score, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay. We all have a score. Everybody does. You think men judge women and women just don't sit around and judge men? Kidding me? Come on. Yeah, touch of reality here, guy. Okay. So Will lost. And another thing is this too. Okay. And another thing is this too. Okay. Guys, sometimes women just like another guy and it's not you. And that's okay. You have to accept this. Pain comes when you try to finesse and seduce and talk your way into it, but it's only a temporary position that you're going to fucking get her for. Eventually, at the end of the day, she just doesn't like you and you have to accept it. It's the same thing when you dump a girl. Like sometimes when I break up girls, like they fucking go crazy. And it's just like, please accept the fact that I don't like you. But women don't know how to handle rejection. Women suck when it comes to handling rejection, quite frankly. And, they can't handle it. Men handle that shit like fucking men, you know? And so, that's just something you got to handle as a man. Right. And when you do, even if you lose out to somebody, like let's say you're rolling with the boys and, at first a girl's interested in you and then your homie walks in and then she's like, whoa, I'm really interested in that guy. Right. Then, you can't take it personally. You just have to take it objectively and be like, okay, because all right, let me finish that thought first. So you have to take it objectively and be like, okay, this woman likes another guy. Okay. And this woman is valuing this guy more than me. Now, does that make me inherently a non-valuable man? No, it does not. Okay. That guy just may tickle her fancy more than you. Now, as a man, you got to be real with yourself. Are you fat? Are you fucking teeth yellow? Are your teeth all nasty? You have terrible grooming? Are you weird? Do you have low self-esteem? Do you have anxiety? Are you addicted to porn? Like, be real with yourself. Are you not fully the man that you know you can be? Are you a little fat and you know it? Are you a little skinny and you could probably be a little bit more muscular? Could you be a little bit better? Could you be making a little bit more money, but you keep on fucking denying the fact that, you could be doing better? Don't take these things. Don't take these rejections personally. Take them as objective feedback. And then think to yourself, okay, well, this is where I am. And what can I do to improve myself? And then improve. Or you can get angry and get bitter and cry about it. And then guess what? You're still not going to get the girl. So you got to take it like a man, level up, or fuck off. Okay? That's just bottom line. Yeah. And so another thing is here, right? I'd rather have a 4 that's a virgin with good morals and values than a ran through, frivolous, obnoxious 8. Let's talk about this, right? You could take a girl who is just cute, but she has a good heart and good morals and good values, and you could make her prettier. But you can't take a girl who's really hot but rotten inside and fix her. Have you guys stopped to think about that? I had to learn that lesson the hard way, right? You can't put a good heart in somebody. You don't make good people. You find good people. So if you find a good girl, low body count, cute, whatever, hey, she's a little chubby, whatever, she's kind of got some shit fashion, you could fucking do her up. You can help her lose weight. You can fucking send her off to get fucking plastic surgery, whatever. I mean, dude, today's day and age, you can buy beauty. It's very easy. Okay. But that girl who's rotten inside, you got to like send her to therapy. You got to and that's just like a chance. It's a chance you can fix her. Okay. So think about that. Okay. Let me go back to this clip with Will here. Exactly. He was saying he was definitely jealous.
Pick, being with you is no good, okay? It would be all about you. Now tell me it wasn't like that before.
It wasn't like that before.
Pick.
All right. Well, maybe I'll be down to scoop you up later in life. You ain't all shriveled up. You could be like Ozzie Davis and Ruby D.
Pick, you know you always got a place in my heart. But you know the time.
You know, you just make sure the choir, you make sure Dorian does the right thing. I mean, take care of you and everything.
Come on now, you know I ain't taking no shorts.
Mm-hmm. Come on, say goodbye to the homies. I gotta go.
They still talking to me?
No, but come kiss some butt or something. Come on.
That's just a little clip showing the chemistry to them. Shout out to the Nigga News Network for sponsoring this fucking clip. But that was just a little breakdown there of Will verbally expressing his jealousy of Tupac, which is rightfully so. You know what I mean? So, and here we have Jada Pinkett Smith talking about Pac once again. Take a quick look. Yes, the Nigga News Network, the most reliable news source.
We met at Baltimore School of the Arts. It was the first day, and he came over to me and introduced himself. And in high school, Pac was a little funny looking. Definitely from looking at him, wasn't necessarily like the type of cat that I would even like deal with, you know. But as soon as he approached me, he was like a magnet. It was like once you paid attention to him, he kind of sucked you in. And we hit it off from that moment on. He would tell me all the time, Jada, you're going to be a star. You know what I mean? I'm like, Pac, come on. He's like, you're going to be a star. You got it. You just got it. I don't think either one of us really thought that we would have made it in the way that we did. But we knew we were going to do something. He was one of my best friends. He was like a brother. And sorry. He was I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, you know, as far as just, it's really difficult to explain because the type of relationship we had, you only get that once in a lifetime. So
if I marry my wife in the future and I ever see like talking about this man was a once in a lifetime divorce, I'm out. I don't give a fuck. I'm out. My self-respect is not worth this. I'm not. This is humiliating. It's humiliating.
he was like a brother, father figure to me. Very protective, and we took really good care of each other. We took really good care of each other, the best that we could. But we gave each other a lot.
And again, it's just like, that's why just being out there is just not, it's not, no, stop it. No. So when I tell my dog, when she's like, dude, I'm like, no, Happy, no, don't do that. Stop. God in heaven, bro. Jesus, take the wheel. And in addition to that, right? You know, red flags in her throughout the roof. She's done drugs with her kids. Okay. You know, it's just like, lady, what are you doing? Like, what in the name of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ are you doing, woman? Take a look here, the comment section bonus area. Okay. Every time she speaks about Tupac, she starts crying. Every time she speaks about Will starts crying. No, it's so bad. Jada on Tupac. We were best friends. Jada on Will. I keep dealing with foolishness, right? I've never seen Jada this emotion, even with Will. Her heart is in the grave with Pac, right? You only get that once in a lifetime. You know, Absolutely embarrassing. Excuse me, boys. Absolutely fucking embarrassing. Okay. You know, as Will Smith, this is the moment he should have left right here. Yeah. Okay. Again, it's just, if your girl is there talking about another man like this, bro, like, just shame, bro. Like, just a shame. Right here, look at homeboy here. The type of love we had, you only get once in a lifetime. Man, if I was Will, I'm packing my bags. I'm out. Yeah, your dignity is, come on, man. Look at that. If I were Will Smith, I would have left her after watching the video. You could see she loves Tupac more than anything. I don't think anyone can place that until she heals herself and moves on for the loss. She's still not over it. Right? Look at this. She loved him a lot more than she's saying, and so did he. Shut up. The man's dead. Let him man rest in his fucking grave. She didn't fucking love her like that. Okay. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, the type of relationship we had, you only get once in a lifetime. Jada Pinkett, Shakur Smith. Nah, bro. Nah. Guys, I'm telling you, your self-respect is not worth this whatsoever, okay? Not worth this whatsoever, okay? That's why Frame is the name of the game, okay? So the bottom line here is that Will Smith has everything. Dude, Will Smith is like a fucking Hollywood box office celebrity, like through the decades, all right? But he still got cheated on and disrespected by a modern woman who had a ton of red flags and ultimately was not prioritizing Will. And if you put a woman in your life that doesn't, if you prioritize a woman that doesn't prioritize you, you're going to suffer. Okay. You're going to suffer. No amount of pussy is worth it. Clout, whatever the case may be. Walk away with your self-respect. To this day, if I feel like a chick is 50-50 on me, she's like, I don't know how I feel about you. I'm going to tell you how you're going to feel. You're going to feel the emotion of missing me because peace, I'm fucking out. I'm out of here. What the fuck? I'm going to sit around for you to figure yourself out? No, go fucking take that cancer elsewhere. Because another thing is this. Those chicks that are kind of like, I don't know, right? That's usually the eggs are like, the wires are crossed. Something's going on up there. Something is not clear up there. Because if it's a clear thing, then the answer is clear. It's just a yes or no. So that being said, it's just a big L for Will. He has no frame. He's got to get rid of her, bro. I hope that was a great episode for you guys. Thanks so much. It is Friday today here in Tokyo, Japan. So we have a fucking VIP table, and hopefully I don't die tonight going out. The Passport Pro program is going strong. I'm literally coaching these guys until I go fucking sick. But thanks so much for watching. If you're watching on replay, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.